about that.
3, 2, 1.
Hey, how you doing? This is Tony Lossano here on Michigan Avenue. It's another episode of Nude Hippo, your Chicago show. There's not much happening here on Michigan Avenue, as you can tell. We got a really good show for you today. We got Lee Shoquist is going to check out the Oscars. I'm telling you, if you ever want to see how they made the Oscars, they make them here in Chicago, and you're going to get to see them from being at, and then we'll go to the Science Museum. We got Bridget Houlihan who's going over here at Carey's, Joe Kraslen at Goose Island, and Jonathan Strange over at the auto show, and lots more. And we'll figure out what the hell's going on over here. That's all coming up next right here on Nude Hippo, your Chicago show.
And now the Nude Hippo show coming up next on Channel 25.
There you go. There's Katie Couric standing over there talking to the crowd, and I'm way over here. Hi, welcome back to Nude Hippo, your Chicago show. I'm Tony Lossano. Let's introduce something exciting right now, why don't we? Joe Kraslen went over to Goose Island to check out how they make the beer there. Let's check that out.
I'm here at Goose Island Brewery, speaking with Greg Hall, owner, operator, brewmaster of Goose Island Beer. Greg, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Yes, doing well today.
Good. I see you have a beer already.
Thought it'd be a nice way to start out a Monday morning.
Sounds good to me. Now, I want you to tell me everything I need to know about Goose Island in 10 seconds.
Well, we're Chicago's largest craft brewer. We make a wide variety of craft beers. We don't pasteurize, so all our beers are as fresh out in the market as they are here in the brewery. And if you like to support local products and like great beer, there's one choice, Goose Island.
Excellent. So we're here right now in the brewery of Goose Island. You want to tell me about what I'm seeing here?
Absolutely. Brewing's a process much like cooking, only we transfer it from vessel to vessel. We start off with the mash, where we mix water and malt together.
Now you use Chicago water.
We use Lake Michigan water. We bring the water in, carbon filter it, and then we're ready to brew with it. We heat it up, mix it with barley malt, and then we press that so we get the extract out of the barley malt. We extract the wort, it's called, W-O-R-T, and then we boil that in our brew kettle here.
Can we take a look at it?
Absolutely. Well, here's the brew kettle before we put wort in, and we'll see in a little bit how it looks as the liquid's starting to flow in there. Right now we're in the lauter, so it's kind of nice and steamy here. Here it's a combination of water and barley malt. The barley malt's going to do a lot to determine the type of beer we're making. The different colors of malt will affect the color, of course, of the beer. Also the flavor, the aroma. You can smell it coming off here. Too bad we're not on smell-o-vision, but it smells terrific.
It smells like bread making.
Yeah, it does, and it's got a lot in common in bread. Most of the ingredients are very similar: water, cereal grain, and yeast, and then we add hops as our seasoning. We add a lot of hops too. Most American brewers average about 3 ounces of hops for a barrel of beer, and in Goose Island we average a little over a pound.
Now I'm looking at this over here. Is this what I think it is? Is this, instead of water coming out, does actual beer come out of this? Because this is like a college boy's dream.
Yes. This is, actually it's not quite beer yet. It's a product called wort, W-O-R-T. Take a little sample here. This is the extract that we make the beer from. The barley malt and the water, and then we'll add the hops. But right now it's very, very sweet. It hasn't been fermented yet.
Can I taste it? Yeah. That's a little warm. Is that okay?
Absolutely. It's about 140 degrees right now.
That's my Danny Thomas spit take. It's actually very good. It's very sweet and warm.
It's like a sweet hot tea. Right now it'll be about 12% sugar. And then we'll take that sugar, we'll be able to measure it here to make sure we're making a real consistent product. Then we'll send that down to our big tanks in the cellar, our fermentation tanks, and there we'll combine it with the yeast, and the yeast will ferment the sugar, turn it into alcohol and CO2.
Now tell me what's happening here.
We bring in new glass. They get cleaned in the rinser. Then before they get filled with beer, they get filled with CO2 and vacuumed so that there's no air in the bottle. Air is the enemy of beer. It makes it go stale and oxidize. Because our beers aren't pasteurized, they taste fresh in the bottle for up to 6 months. And if you pasteurize your beer, you're kind of speeding up that staling process. so your beer is going to taste fresh for a shorter period of time. We want fresh beer out there, so we thought it was real important to go through this process rather than pasteurization.
A lot of Laverne and Shirley jokes down here.
Pretty much every day. Certainly every time we have visitors come through. They ask where the glove is.
At your pubs, you do a lot of live music, a lot of support of local musicians. I've noticed that Jamie, your marketing coordinator, has been stalking us the whole time. Want to get her in here, and you can tell me about your live music?
We have live music every Friday and Saturday night at Goose Island Wrigleyville, live local music. We also have open mic night Thursday nights at Goose Island Clybourne.
So if you want Goose Island beer, Dominic's, Jewel, local bars, the Goose Island pubs in Wrigleyville and Clybourne. You can also tour the brewery, correct?
We do every Sunday at 3 o'clock. We do a brewery tour at our 1800 Clybourne location, our original location.
And you want to go to the website to find more information on that.
And you can go to the website, which is www.gooseisland.com. Very simple. And you can contact Jamie if you'd like a brew tour here, and she's got a contact on the website too, I believe. Excellent.
Could I get that in a 6-pack to go?
That is actually about 5,000 6-packs.
Coming up next, there's more to come right here on Nude Hippo, your Chicago show, where he's here. The Today Show's still broadcasting tonight, and there's more to come. We're going to see if we can talk to these people. Katie, Lester, Al, they're all here. Stick around.
You've got something to say to us, then do it, and do it now. We may read your response on a future broadcast. Just email us at feedback@nudehippo.com or just visit us on the web at www.nudehippo.com. There's more to come, so stick around.
I'm Phil Ponce from WTTW 11, and you're watching Nude Hippo, your Chicago show.
Hey, welcome back to Nude Hippo, your Chicago show. We're here at the Today Show is here in Chicago today, this morning. You missed it. You get to see it now, I guess. Anyway, here's Jonathan Strange over at the auto show. He's going to explore some models. Well, we'll see.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Strange with Nude Hippo, your Chicago show. Today I'm at the 2004 Chicago Auto Show with Mr. Jerry Cizik, the general manager of the auto show. How you doing?
Fine, Jonathan. How are you?
What are some of the highlights of the show?
Well, a lot of the new concept vehicles that haven't been seen anywhere else. For example, over in Jaguar, they just unveiled their new XK RS, I think it's called. It's a roadster Jaguar. It's a wonderful-looking car. Kia has just introduced their first ever sport truck, a pickup truck, which is brand new for Kia. Hyundai just introduced a brand new vehicle here. So when you say what's new and what's hot, it kind of depends on what you want to look at. Pickup trucks, sport utilities, crossover vehicles, vans, or accessories. We've got it all.
So, you mentioned accessories. What kind of accessory shows do you have here?
Well, do you want to polish your car? Do you want to buy wheels and tires? You've seen all the hip wheels that everybody has on their cars out from the tuners. Heck, there's a set of wheels up there on 25-inch wheels and tires that'll only set you back about $9,995.
Those are some sweet blades.
You betcha. And they keep turning and turning.
Definitely, definitely. So, how did you become the general manager of the auto show?
Luck, nobody else wanted the job. No. I've been with the association for over 30 years. And I grew up in the auto business. My dad and grandfather were in the auto business. My grandfather was a auto show chairman back in the 50s. But I guess it's just luck of the draw.
Now, if you had to pick out of all of these cars, what would you pick to take home with you?
Well, it depends on the day of the week and the weather, because each segment is different. I mean, there's a beautiful Bentley over there, the new Bentley Coupe. There's a wonderful new Ferrari over there, the new Maserati, Aston Martin, a new Corvette. We've got a great new Cobra, the Shelby that they're showing over in Ford, or the GT. You name it. There's a car for everybody here, and for me.
Perfect. Well, hopefully I'll be able to find one as well.
But Jonathan, they've got one here for you. Everything from an inexpensive Rio to a $350,000 Mercedes-Benz Maybach.
Oh, I can take a mortgage out on my next car.
Absolutely.
All right, Jerry. Well, thank you very much for being on with us. I appreciate it. And we're going to go explore the auto show. Hey, look who we ran into.
Hey,
it's Amy
Jonathan.
Zanglin at the
Hi.
2004 Auto Show.
Yeah.
We're here at the Hummer display. What do you think of the Hummer?
It's really big.
It is big. It's a big truck. Now, if I'm not mistaken, there's room for more than just a Hummer in there.
Of course there is.
Hey, welcome back to Nude Hippo, your Chicago show. Look at that, the Today Show. They're still broadcasting. They were here early this morning, and here it is at, what, 7-something tonight, and they're still here. Hey, welcome back to Nude Hippo, your Chicago show. You know, I had a chance to talk to some of the people that were here. Let's just take a quick glance at that, huh?
How you doing?
Good.
Life is good.
How's everything going on with you?
It's great. I heard all this hi. How are you?
Are they all here for you?
Yeah, well, I'm going to go and, I'm going to go on the show. I heard all this noise downstairs. Yeah, I live right upstairs, so.
And I saw you have a basketball, so is this for a charity, you think?
Yeah, I'm going to give it to Katie. It's signed by the last great Bulls team.
Oh, excellent, excellent.
Give it away for charity.
There you go, Jerry. Thank you for stopping by.
Art? Oh, no! It's a new hippo! What's up?
We're trying to get Art in trouble.
Tell Larry I need a raise.
Larry, did you give him that raise yet?
Damn.
Consider it done.
I mean, collecting all kind of money out of
This is
you.
working good for you. You should have Katie here up more often. Hey, Larry, how's it going over here? What's going on?
No, this is exciting. It's a first time getting the Today Show here in Chicago, and this was a dream come true 2 years ago, and now it's come to fruition today.
And it's a nice cold day, too, but it's at least decent.
It is February. You know what we could have gotten here in Chicago today?
I know.
I feel like the luckiest guy in the world.
Yeah, but we're warm with the crowd around here. Look at how many people have turned out. So how long did it take to preparation?
Well, the whole studio took 2 years.
Yeah.
A lot of planning, a lot of work, and the Today Show planning has been about 2 months now.
Yeah, because when you introduced this new studio, it was like, oh my God, they just redid their regular newsroom, and now they're doing another studio, but there you go.
That was more complicated than I thought we just plugged it in. Brought some lights out here and a camera. It was more than that. But
Okay, give me the inside scoop about Katie and them.
Well,
Any gossip?
She's true blue and she's great. I mean, we had a charity last night. We raised over $100,000 for cancer, a new respite center here in Chicago. And she was fun with the crowd. She danced, everyone sang, and now the show here today. So Katie's great.
Beautiful, and you're doing a beautiful job, so keep it up.
Thank you. Lester Holt's back in town too, right?
I know, Lester.
Thanks, Tim.
We have Lester singing. Okay, thanks, Larry. Let's see if we could get Al Roker over here real quick.
Thank you.
Hey, Al, real quick, how do you like Chicago? Do you like Chicago? Al Roker. Let's go to Damaris Woodbury. She's over at the chopping block learning how to cook. Check this out.
Hi, this is Damaris. I'm with Nude Hippo, your Chicago show, and I'm here at the chopping block with the owner and chef instructor, Shelly Young. Tell us a little bit about the chopping block, how you came up with the concept.
Well, basically what we do here is we teach cooking. We teach cooking to the home chef, people who, like yourself, just want to cook at home, not go out and be professional chefs. And we teach people from how to boil water all the way up to experienced cooks, all different levels. And we do a lot of kind of serious classes as well as a lot of fun, more recreational classes like our aphrodisiacs class tonight. Our demonstration classes, like a class this evening where you sit and watch, is $50 to start with. And our hands-on classes where you actually get in there and get your hands dirty, they start at $75. We try to be real creative. People take classes for many different reasons. Sometimes girls just want to get together and go out and have fun and do something entertaining and educational at the same time, so we have that. And then we have people who are just really here more seriously to cook. We also carry a wide assortment of cookware, ingredients, ethnic ingredients, and then we just carry a really high quality product line.
So Shelly, if we want to come to the chopping block, what can we do?
Well, you can visit our website, which is www.thechoppingblock.net. And we have all our class calendars there. We also have, of course, for our retail, and if you want to just pick up the class calendars, our Lincoln Park store is at 1324 West Webster Avenue, and our store in Lincoln Square is 4747 North Lincoln Avenue.
Is there a phone number too that people
It's 773-472-6700.
Stick around, there's more to come right here on Nude Hippo, your Chicago show. Look at the view, look at all the people, they're all here for us, except they're not paying attention to me.
Hello, I'm Rich Kozlost, in the vast galaxy behind me. No, actually, I'm right here, along with you, watching the Big Nude Hippo show. And you'd better keep watching. Otherwise, I throw chickens at you, and that's not a pretty sight.
Hey, Bridget Houlihan is going to take you to Harry Carey's, where just in minutes they're going to be destroying the Steve Bartman ball. And here's Bridget.
Hey everybody, it's Bridge from Nude Hippo, your Chicago show, as you know, and we are here at the legendary Harry Carey's restaurant, and with me this nice evening, Carey Check, Director of Operations. Tell us a little bit of history about this building. This building is very historical.
Yes, indeed. It was built in 1895, and it was originally the Chicago Varnish Company. And they built it directly on the river so that they'd be close to the river so they could transport their product.
Okay.
So we achieved landmark status in 2001 so that it will be preserved and nothing will happen to it.
Okay. And when did it become Harry Carey's restaurant?
It became Harry Carey's restaurant in 1987. And we've been here now for a little over 15 years.
And here we're actually standing right in front of what is this the first picture of the?
This is definitely one of the first pictures of the building. As you can see, it was in the early 1900s. They don't even have paved streets, obviously prior to vehicles. We've got horses and
This is
carriages
Kinsey, and...
Yeah, this is Dearborn.
Oh, all right. Okay, why don't you tell us a little bit about the first thing that you see when you walk in, of course, is the statue of Harry's head. Why don't you tell us a little bit about
This bust was done by Lou Sella, and it's a replica of the one that's sitting right out in front of Wrigley Field that was just recently placed there in memory of Harry. So we've got the bust, so you can see it first thing when you come in, so everybody remembers Harry.
And over here in one of the glass cases, of course, are Harry's famous glasses.
These are his glasses. Those are the last ones, the famous ones. They're the epitome of Harry Carey.
Absolutely. Now, what else is here in this glass case? I see some microphones, baseballs.
We've got a couple of autographed baseballs. This is Carlton Fisk, and it was the first ball that he signed as a Hall of Famer. Then we also have one by Kerry Wood, and this was he used during his record-setting 20 strikeout game. These are some of the radio stations that Harry worked with during the time that he was with us, and then some of our fans and regular guests, and some of the news stations that they work for, and they've autographed the microphone. Great.
Okay, Carey, can you give us a little bit of an idea of Harry Carey as a person? I know he has all these legions of fans, and obviously to this day, even after his passing, that people are still so into Harry Carey. Tell us a little bit about him from your own experience.
Well, I think that people really, really loved him because he was very much into his fans, and he just really loved them. He would come into the restaurant maybe, 4 to 5, sometimes 6 nights a week, and he would sit down and have dinner. He'd usually start in the bar with a drink or two, with everybody just surrounding him. Oh, Harry, and Harry, we love you, and Harry, and signed autographs and took pictures. And the only time he just didn't want anyone to come up to him was while he was right in the middle of eating his entree. People could just wait in a line, and as soon as he was finished eating, they just came right up, and he took picture after picture. He walked around through the dining room, he shook hands, he talked to people night after night after night with sincerity, with excitement. I mean, he just really was into the fact that he was only famous and he was only here because of his fans. If it wasn't for them, he wouldn't be anything. And I think that's really, really rare quality in a sports figure like that. So the place was just magical. When he walked into the place, there was just a hush and a buzz, and you could just hear people whispering, Harry's here, Harry's here, Harry's here, and it went all through the restaurant. It was really exciting.
And do you have a favorite Harry story?
Well, I know that I like to, Dutchie tells the best stories about Harry, of course, but I know that one of the stories that she told that I just find hysterical is he didn't really know a whole lot about cooking because he never had to cook for himself because he always ate out at restaurants because it was one of his favorite things to do. So anytime she went away and he had to do anything to kind of fend for himself at the house, it was actually quite comical. So she said that he called her one time when she was with her family, I think back in St. Louis, and said, well, I don't know where the garbage bags are. I need another garbage bag. So she said, well, Harry, they're in the cabinet below under the thing, and you just need to grab one out of there. So he went, apparently got one. Well, he calls back 5 minutes later and says, well, I found the garbage bags, Dutchie, but they only have one side. He didn't know to open it up because he'd never had to open up a garbage bag in his life. She said she was tempted to call him back and say, just use duct tape, Harry, and duct tape 4 of them together.
Right.
So
it sounds like something my dad would do. I hate to say it.
I think definitely not used to being in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah. Oh, great. Well,
because he had a restaurant to come to every night.
Yeah. Hey, I wouldn't come. Yeah. I wouldn't take out the garbage, please. Well, I'd like to thank you, Carey, for taking time to talk to us about Harry Carey and the wonderful restaurant that we have here. What's the address again?
33 West Kinsey.
And when are you guys open?
We're open all the time. Lunch and dinner 7 days a week.
Great, great. Well, thank you. And if you guys stay tuned for a little bit more Nude Hippo, you'll see what's coming up next.
There's still more to come. Don't go anywhere.
I'm Andy Avalos in the Windy City, and you're watching the Big Fat Nude Hippo Show.
Hey, welcome back to Nude Hippo, your Chicago show. I'm Tony Lossano. Hey, now let's check out Lee Shoquist. He's over at the Science Museum, the Museum of Science and Industries, following an Oscar. He's going to show you how the Oscars are made and also give you the Oscar picks. Here's Lee.
Hey, we're here at the Museum of Science and Industry. We're going to learn all about the Academy Award. That's it, the Oscar, that coveted gold statue that we'd all love to get our hands on, myself included. We're going to find an exhibit here that's going to show us how the Oscar is made from beginning to end, step by step. Hey, we're actually here on the red carpet. Never thought we'd get on a red carpet, but I'm here with John Beckman, who's a manager of temporary exhibits here at the museum. John, tell us a little bit about this exhibit. Do you do this every year, and what's it all about?
Well, this is the first time the Oscars have ever been shown, all of them together before the ceremony. So we'd like it to be an every year thing, but it's new for us this year.
Okay, great. Now, just to clarify for people, these are the Oscars that are going to be handed out on February 29th at the Kodak Theater, Los Angeles.
Right. These are indeed the ones that you will see on TV. People will take these actual statues home. They're not engraved yet. Once someone wins them, you send it into the Academy a couple weeks later, and they put your little plaque on the front with your name on it.
Now, John's going to give us a step-by-step how the Oscars are actually made. A lot of people don't know they come from RS Owens here in Chicago. So let's find out, like, from beginning to end, how you create an Oscar.
It takes 10 to 12 hours to make an individual Oscar. They are made entirely by hand, and no less than like 10 people touch it on its way through the process. Well, we show all the steps here. This is the actual original Oscar mold. This is not the one they use today, but the one that they used for many, many years. So it's the original mold, and they pour this raw material called Britannia. It's an alloy that's like pewter, into the mold. And you can see on this one that was just cast, it still has the flute on the bottom from where the Britannia gets poured into the mold. And then we have a number of them here. You can see step by step sort of how it gets polished and how it gets buffed, and it goes from being very rough and raw, particularly in the face. You can see the definition, how much more defined the face is on the one on the top there. You've got your finished polished Oscar the way you want it to look, and now they have to plate it so that it'll wind up gold. But they start with nickel, and then copper to protect it and keep the corrosion down, silver to give it a really nice shiny backing before the 24-karat gold. And there you can see one that's there. And then this is the base down here. There's the weight of the base, and then a nickel-plated decorative cover for the base there. They assemble it all, they mount it, and that's what you got your finished one when it's done. They also do the Thalberg Award, which is a Lifetime Achievement Award, and the Scientific and Engineering Achievement Award. This one's kind of fun. This one was awarded to John Johnson, and he was the sound editor and won Best Sound Editing for U-571, which is about a German submarine and the capture of a German submarine. And we have a captured German submarine here, our own U-505, at the Museum of Science and Industry. So he came here and recorded all the sounds in our submarine.
See you later.
This has been a presentation of Old Pie Productions.
Tony, can you shut up?
Coming up next, another fine episode of Nude Hippo, your Chicago show on most of these fine stations.
Happy 20th anniversary, Nude Hippo! That's right, I was a Nude Hippoer too. I don't know if that's how you say it, but Tony, thank you for the opportunities early on. Look where it led me, right here to Good Morning America. Happy 20th!